Cougars. Welcome back to Harbinger Weekly. I'm your host, Kayla Young. Thanks for joining us. Here's a look at what's making news this week in the ICC community. In local news, a world of superheroes, sci-fi icons, and pop culture fandom descended on downtown Peoria last weekend as the inaugural Illinois Comic-Con opened its doors at the Peoria Civic Center. The two-day event, held November 22nd and 23rd, drew enthusiasts from across the region for a celebration of all things comics and collectibles. Our reporter, EJ Lutz, had the opportunity to interview a few of the celebrity guests from across the spectrum of pop culture. And you can catch this event next year at the Peoria Civic Center.
Hey there, Cougars! It's EJ, and I'm here at Illinois Comic-Con in Peoria at the Civic Center with a very special guest.
Steve Cardenas, aka Rocky the Red Power Ranger from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And we are definitely here at Illinois Comic-Con, and it's a lot of fun.
That's right. So, what's your experience been like here at in Peoria?
Yeah. So this is my first time to Peoria, and I like it here. And I do a lot of Comic-Cons. I probably do about 45 Comic-Cons a year. So I love doing Comic-Con because
almost every weekend.
Yeah, it's a great place for people who are like-minded to come together and have a safe space to express themselves and get to meet their childhood heroes and things like that. So and for me it's great because I get to interact with the fans and they thank them for all the support they've given us for the past 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years. So speaking of which, you've been doing conventions for a while. What has been your most unique or memorable experience at a convention like this?
Oh man, I've done so many. I've gotten to go all over the world. I've been to Australia, I've been to Greece, I've been to Brazil, I've been to Uruguay, I've been to France, I've been to, Lithuania. I mean, it's just crazy that there's fandom all over the world. I've been to Tokyo, Japan. So I've just, to see that we had such an impact like that around the world has been great for me, and it's been a lot of fun.
Wow. All right. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And go Cougars.
Go Cougars!
Hello, Cougars. It's me again, and I am here with the Yellow Ranger. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I'm Karen Ashley. I played Aisha, the Mighty Morphin Yellow in Mighty Morphin Season 2, 3, and the movie.
So, I was about to call you Aisha. Sorry.
It happens. It happens.
So, Karen, how are you enjoying Illinois Comic-Con?
You know what? I love it. This is the first time I've ever been to Peoria, so I'm super excited. And I'm having fun, meeting a lot of nice people.
Good first impression?
Everyone is so nice. Everyone is so super sweet. And we've just been having a really good time.
That's great to hear. Oh,
I
yeah.
was going to say scoot over because you're kind of to the angle.
Trying
So it's like,
to put this out.
it's okay. It's all good.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah. I want him to have a good angle.
Thank you. Oh my God. I'm sorry, brain fart.
It's okay. It happens. It's been a long day.
It has.
When you're at Comic-Con, it's literally a long day. We're sometimes here 8 hours a day, and people are like, oh, it must be so fun. And it is. It's so fun meeting people and getting to know everyone. But you'll go, oh my gosh, I've been talking and hugging and signing and entertaining. Like almost, yeah, you almost turn it on. And it's been 8 hours.
Oh, wow, it has. It really has been 8 hours. So in all your experiences since being on Power Rangers way back in, I'm sorry, I shouldn't say way back like that.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's been 30 years.
30 years. In 30 years of doing fan events, meeting fans, I assume getting recognized in public,
Mhm.
what has been some of your most memorable experience?
They're all memorable. I mean, honestly, for someone to love a show you did 30 years ago and to deeply love it, we get people who come and it's tears. It's like this is part of their childhood. It's part of the happiest times when they used to play with their cousins or their brothers and sisters. And some people will tell you, my parents they did everything to help me get the toys for Christmas, and so it's such a special thing. So for me, all of it is special, and meeting everyone is special because I just can't believe that we're still talking about Power Rangers 30 years later. And I just feel so honored because I know there are a lot of shows and a lot of people and a lot of actors, and they do something and then it's forgotten about. So to be a part of something that is still so relevant to people and it's not forgotten about, it's an honor.
And here's a question I always like to ask. You sign a lot of different items. A lot of your own prints and your own merchandise. What is something very unique someone has brought to you to sign?
Say it to students. We've signed body parts. Let's just say that. and people have gone and got tattooed. But yeah, there's some guy in Pensacola, Florida, that has Power Ranger signatures on his butt. Yeah, I did it, and all of us, we were all there together, and literally his kids were there, and and we signed, and he went and got him autographed, and he showed it to us the next day. Because I was like, I need to see the proof. I need to see the proof that you actually tattooed it. And we are on this, and I mean, and the guys, they were hilarious because they didn't just sign like their name; it was like their name. And so we all signed really big, and he went and got, yeah. Some guy in Pensacola has our name tattooed to his butt.
Just
Yeah.
like right at your booth?
Yeah, we got in the back, and like he pulled his pants down and we signed his butt. I'm telling you, his kids were there. It was the most insane thing. And I don't know. I mean, you guys are college students, so you're of age. But yes, it was the most insane thing. And I mean, literally, people will come and they have Power Ranger tattoos and will sign, and they'll go and get it tattooed. I literally try to talk them all out of it. I'm like, what are you gonna do in 30 years? And they're like, I'm gonna be proud. I'm like, okay. But yeah, that's the weirdest.
Okay, well,
We all threw those Sharpies away, by the way. We threw it away immediately. We were like, I don't want that anymore. We had to. So hi, guy in Pensacola. He's a legend. He's a legend in my book.
well, that is
Legendary behavior.
great story. Thank you for sharing.
Anytime.
It's nice to meet you again. Nice to see you here at Illinois Comic Con in the Civic Center in
Yes.
Peoria, Illinois. Thank you so much for your time, and go Cougars!
Hey, it's morphin' time.
Morphin' time, saber-tooth time.
My name is Matt Ryan, and I am the voice of Edward Kenway, and I play John Constantine on TV. I'm here in Peoria, and I'm having a great time. It seems like a great city. Everyone seems really, really cool. And I'd just like to say, for anyone who's interested in getting in the arts, never give up. Always trust yourself, and perseverance is the key. And there's two words that can get you through anything in life: grace, and grit.
My next guest is
Fred Ottman. Fred Ottman, a.k.a. Tugboat Typhoon, the Shock Master, the B.A.D.D., Big Steel Man. And we're live at Illinois Comic Con.
at the Civic Center in Peoria.
Awesome.
So, Mr. Tugboat, what
Yes.
would you like to say about your career in the past? What has stood out the most to you?
It's an eclectic mess. 30 years in the business, nearly 300 days minimal wrestling time every year. Okay? My career was planes, trains, automobiles, and an occasional boat to get to nearly 46 countries and 47 of the 50 states. But it was great. If I had to do it all over again, I would.
All the conventions like this that you've been a guest for, what kind of fan encounter has stood out the most to you?
It's outstanding. My helper here, she can tell you, we've had fun yesterday, and today has been outstanding. Great questions from fans. And always remember this, and I tell it to people constantly, without the fans, the wrestlers would be nothing. And it's great to be appreciated for what we did in the business, you know. That's the best compliment that you could ever get. Some people liking you or hating you because the option is on the table, depending on what kind of fan it is. You know, I have people that still hate me for turning on the Bushwhackers in a major tilting point, going from babyface, good guy, to bad guy. I was Tugboat, Goofy Sailor, you know, a cross between Popeye and Brutus in one
Yeah.
character, to Typhoon, one half of the Natural Disasters, and Jimmy Hart was our manager.
You have a lot of your own merchandise here that you can sign for people, but
Sure.
people also bring things to you.
Oh, yes.
So, what has been a really unique item that you've seen?
Oh, I've had, I even myself, I collect a lot of wrestling memorabilia. Most people have, now it's internet where you have your stuff stowed on the memory bank. But I mean, I have guys that have brought me wrestling rings because you can get multiple signatures. They make great wall hangers. I've had trunks. I've had people try to buy my trunks. I don't know if that would be a good spot. And I mean, it's just a multitude. I mean, I'm on videotapes. I'm on video games.
All right.
Okay, I've had cartridges that I've signed. All these different things. Oh man, I've had bloody stuff that they've gotten from that were tossed in the audience from bloody matches that I was in. I don't know how sanitary that is, but you know, fans are fans.
Yeah.
You know, and you'd be surprised at the things that you're part of.
Have you ever had someone that didn't quite know the difference between your real personality and your persona for wrestling?
I got a lot of family that's been in the business. Actually, my son works for WWE now.
Really?
Does television production for them. Also was trained to be a wrestler, and also was a very, very incredible referee. That's what he really wanted to be, you know. And Cody Rhodes, who's on the card right now, as one of the top guys, that's my nephew. Dusty Rhodes, the legend, he was my brother-in-law from my first marriage. And then Dustin Rhodes, is Cody's brother. He's my other nephew. And then Sags of the Nasty Boys, my other brother-in-law from my first marriage.
Oh.
You know, so that means holidays tend to be a little different, needless to say. But, you know, it's a great business. A lot of people, you know, my brother-in-law told me when I was young in the business, you know, you go home, you have to leave that persona outside and be yourself, you know. Never lose track of who you are inside. If you want me to be that person, I can be that person and act that way, you know, but that's what the business is all about. You know, making people happy. I don't want to crush my bed, okay, or mess up the furniture, all right? It can get ugly. It can be, and depending how much alcohol is consumed.
Thank you for your time, and for the students back at school, can we get a Go Cougars?
Go Cougars!
So, introduce yourself for us.
Hi, my name is Anna Zhou, and I'm a comic cover artist that's here in Illinois Comic Con right now. That's going on this weekend in Peoria. How do you say it? Peoria, Illinois. I'm originally from the South, so I travel all the way up here just to be at this con under VXV event, which I have attended many before in the Southeast.
Oh.
From what I understood, Illinois Comic Con is the first year in the city, but I do highly recommend in every city to attend any of these cons because I think each city needs more. And this show, you know, you have comics, you have pop culture, you have anime, which is really, really mainstream right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you have these amazing guests that's around that maybe other cons might not have. So it's some events and shows for the cities to attend and go to.
Any celebrity guests here today that you are excited to meet?
I'm actually pretty, so I don't really show a lot of excitement, but I'm actually pretty excited to be next to Joshua Seth because he is the voice from Tetsuo from Akira and Tai from Digimon, who I grew up with. But, you know, I'm trying to contain my, you know, excitement for that. But there are many like Death Note, Brad, and Alessandro over there across from me too. So hey, if you're
let
into
the record
anime.
show I would turn the camera, but I'm not allowed to.
Yeah, he is not allowed to. I'm an exception here. So no, definitely if you're into anime, even Steve Burns' Blue's Clues, if you grew up with that, all these conventions, shows in the area, like attend, have fun, a lot of gathering.
All right.
So, and VXV is always good. But yeah, and your comic cover artists. Yeah, and this is what I did. You have comic cover artists that do commissions.
Can I show?
Yeah, of course. Some of the comic covers I've done. Recently, I've done the Lilo and Stitch. A little bit of everything. Lilo and Stitch, I'm working on Maleficent next and Lion King. So,
All
You
right.
never know. These cons, a little bit of everything.
And where can they find you online?
You can find me on Instagram, AZHUOART, and Facebook.
All right.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you
A
for your
lot of
time.
run-on sentences.
Back at Illinois Comic Con for day 2, and I am here with
Adele.
Adele. So you said that this was your first convention ever, and I'm already wearing a mic, so I don't need to hold this anymore. Do you want to hold this?
Yeah.
So Adele, you said this was your first convention ever, is that right?
Yes, that's my
And
first
this is the first ever Illinois Comic Con here in Peoria. So what are your first impressions, not just of Illinois Comic Con, but also of just the convention scene?
I mean, I will be completely honest, it's a lot smaller than what I expected, because when you see the Comic Cons online, it's usually very big. I don't know why I was expecting LA scale, but
Yeah.
but it's been super fun. I've spent way too much money here.
I understand that.
Yeah. But I've gotten 3 signatures from people that I wanted to meet, so.
So what is this here that you have signed?
So yeah, it's Misa Amane. I got it signed by the voice actor for Light from Death Note.
Light. And what other signatures have you gathered here today?
So I went and I got Andy Black, or Andy Biersack, whichever one he goes by. And then I also went and got one Vernon Wells, he was in Mad Max.
All in all, would you say that Illinois Comic Con has made you a fan of conventions in general?
Oh, absolutely. I've always wanted to do something like this, but I've never really had like the confidence to. So it's actually my second day here. We dressed up for the first day, so.
What were you dressed as?
I was Elizabeth from Seven Deadly Sins.
Okay. So to end things off, can we both do a Go Cougars for the students
Absolutely,
back at ICC?
absolutely.
Okay, here.
Go
Cougars! All the way from the year 3000, I have another special guest here with me today, Vernon Wells. If you have watched Power Rangers as a child, you might know him as Rancic. How would you describe the experience of getting a role in a sequel like Road Warrior to something that was already fairly well known at the time, right?
Yeah, the original Mad Max was well known, but it wasn't like a huge hit. Even here in America, they redubbed it and did all kinds of things to it because they didn't think the American audience would go for a movie that had Australian voices because of the way we speak. And they found out, much to their chagrin, when they did the sequel, people go for the movie. They really don't go for the voice. I mean, the perfect example of that is Sean Connery playing the captain of a Russian submarine. And he was asked if he felt bad about playing the captain of a Russian submarine. And when he's Scottish, and he said, if they're listening to my accent, I'm a pretty bad actor. And that's the point. You know, it's people go to see a movie. They don't go to listen to an accent. So they're quite happy as long as you're doing the role and everything's the way it should be. They enjoy it.
And the if my research is correct, your role in Weird Science was meant to be sort of an homage to your role in Road Warrior. Is that right?
Yeah, they excuse me. They decided that they wanted to put the character in that. However, they got into a lot of problems with Warner Brothers, who said that they owned the rights to the character, which is really funny because it's the first time I've ever had somebody that say they own me. I checked it out. I have the rights to what I look like, who I am. They have the rights to the character I portray. So there's a little bit of a difference in there. And so what they did was they decided, okay, so what we'll do is we'll change the character. We'll still have the same character, but different, which is what they did. They put an eagle on the side of my head. They took away the shoulder pads and all the stuff I had around my neck. And they did a couple of other things with the character from Road Warrior, so that even though you knew instantly what it was, you couldn't actually go, well, you're using our character. Well, you know, it's out there on the thing, and so what the hell?
So was it the year 2000 that you started acting in Power Rangers as Rancic?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
So were there any challenges transitioning from a adult-oriented franchise like Road Warrior into a more kid-oriented television series like Power Rangers, which is sort of notorious for being really goofy?
Yeah, but to me, it's all the same thing. It's all acting, whether it's kids or adults. You're still doing the same job, and you should be doing it the same way. I enjoyed it because I got to learn. I got to know all the kids that were in the show, and we all got on really, really well. I mean, we all became really close, the whole lot of us, and we still are. I mean, we will turn up at a convention if it was like here, and this whole row would be all of us from that series because we all like each other. We all get on well together. We don't have a lot of the groups, unfortunately, when they finish, are like, I'm not going to go with you guys. I don't like any of you, sort of thing. We never had that. We were all very happy to be together. We had so much fun doing what we were doing. And I think most of us were just blown away that we could actually be acting with me and with the other very, very well-known actor that was in the city in that series. So the kids were really blown away that they had people there that really knew what they were doing, that they could copy.
Yeah.
And so I think that was a big deal to them. And we just enjoyed it. I mean, it's, as I said, acting's acting. I don't look at it and go, oh, well, they're 5-year-olds, so I guess I'll have to dumb this down and be stupid. If you do that, people just walk away. They're not interested. They like you to make it work. And you build the character. If the character's dumb and goofy and fun, it works. If it's something you go, oh, I guess I got to be kind of stupid, people go, really? Oh my God, do we have to watch this? So, I mean, even in that series for the kids, Rancic at times, he went from being a character that you felt really, really sorry for. You looked at him and you went, oh my God, that's what happened to him when I reveal my face. And I thought that they handled that extraordinarily well. It's one of my best parts of the show was just that walking in the rain with my face all destroyed and walking down and seeing that puddle of water and looking into it, and you see my reflection looking back at me and how I just fall apart and start, doing my thing. And I mean, that was very adult. That wasn't kid, but the way we handled it, the kids love it. They come up and talk to me about it. They go, that was such a cool thing that you did. And I think that's the thing we keep forgetting. We try to treat them like children. They like to be treated like adults. They like to be given that choice of whether they want to see it or they don't. And I think that's where Time Force, being what it was, even if it was a little kid show, was it could get quite adult. And the kids still wanted to watch it.
So on the other side of that, Rancic, for being as emotional and, well, realistic as he was, still had his moments of being a little, goofy, entertaining. Have any specific moments you like to look back on, or just enjoyed acting when you were producing it or making it?
I just enjoyed acting while I was doing it. I don't have small cameo little parts of it where I thought was like fun. Right at the start when I was talking to Erin in the bus when I'm being taken, and she says, I wouldn't be smiling if I was you. And I'm just sitting there across from her and I go, you never know. And it's just that wonderful moment. And she goes, you won't. And then it all happens, right there. And I think that was what the show was all about. Just that sudden change right there at that second.
Your daughter has fallen in love with the Blue Ranger. And when the monster attacks the Rangers, you grab the monster by the tongue and tell him, not the Blue Ranger.
Yes. It's the funny thing about that is that went into farce, like comedy, like we just enjoyed it and had fun with it. Was her being in love with a ranger, and I hate of all the people on this planet, I hate the Rangers, and so I had to keep trying to save his butt from what they were going to do to him. So I thought that was fun. It was a smart thing to do with the character. They took him away from being Rancic into being a father. And they did that a lot with my character. They once, I had a daughter, and how I became more fatherly at times, just being with her. So I think, you got one part of the scene where I'm about to strangle somebody, and in the other part of the scene I go, what's wrong, sweetheart? Do you need, oh, daddy will get that boy, that kind of thing. I thought that was really smart to make that delineation that the kids could even look at it and go, oh,
Yeah.
he's so nice. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun doing it. It's one of my favorite things that I did, simply because I think there's more effort involved in doing something like that than doing something like this, Commander.
Yeah, makeup when you reveal your face under the mask. How long did that process take, applying that?
Well, that prosthetic. It took probably 2 hours. But when I first started, like the first week or so, just putting the makeup on that was behind everything I had, that took forever. But slowly what they did was they figured out ways of doing it so I could walk in and get it done in like 10 minutes. And when we got to that part, I'd been doing it for so long with of the thing. So it was just obvious this is what's underneath the mask. And so they did it. And I'd say it probably took about an hour and a half to get the whole thing down and looking really good. And it took about 32 seconds for me to get it off. They used to hate me for doing that. I'd just sit there, put my fingers under it and go, this is annoying me, and just pull it off. Because they always just say, you're going to destroy your skin. It's like, no, I think my skin's a little tougher than that. I'll be fine.
Character Rancic comes back in the following season,
Well, of course. Yep.
becomes cured of his disfigurement.
Yeah.
Some fans have said that that's a bit of a betrayal to his character because he should still be accepted despite his appearance. What's your personal take on that?
I did not like it. Okay, I accepted it when I suddenly realized in the episode before that I could have killed my daughter in what I was doing. And so I was like, oh my God, I've got to stop this. I agreed with that because that would be what a father would do. So no matter who he is, suddenly you were like, oh crap, I could have killed my own daughter doing this. So I've got to back off. That I agreed with. But to make him so nice, it was like, you've just taken it wasn't Rancic anymore. It could have been Johnny Smith from down the corner. I know I did not agree with it, but it wasn't my series, so I had no choices. But I just don't think it fitted the character. Didn't agree with their theology of why.
Thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in the future in the year 3000.
Oh, are you going to come dig me up?
So I'm Trevor, volunteer local here to Peoria, and we're at Illinois Comic Con.
All right, so if I'm not mistaken, you told me yesterday that this is your first time going to a convention?
Yes.
All right, and what are your first impressions? What impression has Illinois Comic Con given you about the convention scene?
So I've actually enjoyed myself this weekend. I have been working this weekend, but overall, just walking through, it's a drama-free zone. It's good, wholesome family entertainment. So,
and out of all the celebrity guests that we have here today, which one were you most excited to meet, and which one's your favorite?
So obviously, being as old as I am, I'm going to be 37 in like a week. Growing up with Blue's Clues, so Steve Burns is a very big one. But I have to say Matt Ryan is my favorite. I love Constantine. I prefer his Constantine over Keanu Reeves' Constantine.
Fair.
Just because it's a natural British accent, there's no trying to force anything. But
Whoa.
And man, he is a wonderful person, heart of gold. Really, really good dude. So
Yeah. All right. And what do you have to say for people who may want to try to come to Illinois Comic Con if it comes next year?
do it. 100% do it. Even if you think the tickets are too much price-wise, it's still worth it. Make sure that we have cosplay competitions on Saturday. I know one of the prizes was like $2,000 in merch.
Wow.
So like, it's worth it. Dress up, have fun, and do it. Just you never know if you like it until you do it, right?
Yeah.
So,
Great words. Thank you for your time.
thank you.
So tell me where you're from, how long you've worked for VXV.
I'm from South Mississippi. I've worked with VXV full-time for 2 years now.
Okay. And what all does this job entail for you?
For me, I'm head of our promotion team. I travel to the different cities we go to. We've got 20 shows next year. We're all over. Hit the ground, get the posters out, make sure everyone's aware for our upcoming shows. And then during the shows, I help set up everything and try to manage what I can.
Okay. So, what are your personal thoughts on this first inaugural Illinois Comic Con here in Peoria? How does it compare to other VXV shows is what I mean.
For a first year show, I believe it's done pretty well. We do have some that have gone for several years, and they're big. We get the big people there. We're hoping this turns out well for next year because we do plan to come back, and we can utilize the space, and hopefully people are excited for all the guests we bring.
Okay. And having done, I'm assuming, several shows for VXB, being in the convention space, what celebrities have you been excited to meet, or which ones are you maybe tired of meeting so many times?
For this show, since I've met several before, my favorite is one of our newer guests, Matt Ryan, and I'm really excited to meet him. And then Billy West is always a favorite. But I think my favorite so far is probably one of our upcoming shows I haven't met yet. Kari Walgren.
Who's that?
She voiced Haruko in Fooly Cooly. I actually got her on one of my pins here. Fooly Cooly is one of my favorite shows, and I'm really excited for that.
This next special guest comes from a galaxy far, far away.
My name is Barry Lowen from The Mandalorian.
And for anyone who is not familiar with Mandalorian, how would you describe your role in the show?
So I'm one of two actors that wear the suit in the show, myself and Brendan Wayne, and then an amazing stunt double named Lateef Crowder.
Oh, how are you enjoying Illinois Comic Con here at the Peoria Civic Center in Peoria, Illinois?
Well, it was great until you showed up. Other than, I'm kidding. We started with bad jokes. We have to keep them going.
Yeah.
Peoria's been great. I've never been here before, but the event's great. People have been really kind, and I always just enjoy getting to meet people from all over the place.
For a franchise like Star Wars that has been around for 50 or more years now, wow. Many actors in this franchise now were fans growing up. Would you say you fall under that umbrella?
Yes, although like I grew up with my dad used to wake me up as Darth Vader, and like so I'm not, if you're imagine being a kid and your dad shows up like saying, Barry, you must get up, I am your father, like that's not really fun. So ironically though, that I find myself more on the dark side now than I used to be, but yeah, after I got over my dad waking me up like that, I was definitely a fan.
As a Star Wars fan, Mandalorian, would that be one of your favorite characters, or Boba Fett?
Yeah, I'd probably have to say Mando is my favorite. Din Djarin, like after getting to play him and be him, like he's definitely probably my favorite character. Okay. I have several nieces and a rescue parrot and a rescue dog.
Okay, so having experienced holding a human child, how does caring for a human child differ from caring for a Yoda baby?
Well, it's actually my parrot that's a rescue is a hyacinth macaw, and when we were filming, they're actually very similar. They do a lot of the same things. They look at you right before they're about to do something bad, and then, there's always like this mischievous look in their eye, and they're cute, but they could also destroy you. Because Indigo, my parrot, can bite at like 350 pounds per square inch, So there were a lot of similarities between Indigo, who's a hyacinth macaw, and Grogu. And, it's like, don't let their cuteness disguise their power, because they have both.
Anything that you want to have to say to the students at ICC? Any encouragement for theater or media majors?
Yeah, so I went to Louisiana State University, and I double majored in theater and broadcast journalism. And, I think that you just have to always be prepared for anything. And I've had a pretty wild ride as far as a career. Like right now, I currently anchor the evening news for WJHG in Panama City Beach, Florida. I've performed for Cirque du Soleil. I've kind of done all sorts of things. And so I think just having the right tools in your tool belt and being ready for anything that might come your way, like being prepared, just so that when an opportunity does present itself, you actually have the tools you need to get that opportunity and to exceed, and just not to wait for things to come to you, but to, you have to go out there and grab the things that you want.
Is there anywhere that we can find you online?
Yeah, my Instagram is just my name, Barry Lowen, on Facebook. But I also do as much as I can to not be on my phone. So if you happen to reach out to me and I don't respond, it's probably because I'm outside helping animals somewhere. but I'll do my best.
Outside helping animals, saving orphans from fires, that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know, just the basic stuff that we all do. Yeah.
I haven't seen the show.
Oh my God.
I've seen season 1.
Interviewing, you haven't seen the show. Sorry guys, this is over. We're done here. Yeah. Anyway, this is the way.
From a galaxy far, far away to a digital world. This next guest is Joshua Seth, known for, well, a lot of things, but I know him most for Digimon. Care to introduce yourself?
Hello, interwebs, or this guy's mom. I don't really know where this will end up. Yeah, I'm Joshua Seth. I'm the voice of all these characters, but yeah, most people know me as Ty, the leader of the Digimon in Digimon the movie, and everything else. Also, Tetsuo in Akira, which is the thing that got me into anime originally. It's this character for the tickety talkers. Leave me alone, and a bunch of other stuff. Take it away.
So, how are you enjoying Illinois Comic Con so far?
Very cold. I live in Florida. Feel how cold my hands are. Holy freaking! Right, I have a coat on right now. I'm not used to this. Anything that dips below into the 60s, you know, below 70 or something like that, that's just too cold for me. So I was not prepared or sufficiently attired. I did not realize that winter had started.
That is, well, yeah, welcome to Illinois. Anyway, in all of your roles, like I said, most well known for Digimon, the dubbing process, from the fans' perspective at least, seems a little more chaotic than some other animated shows. There's a scene.
For Digimon?
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a scene in Digimon where your character Tai speaks and it's a different character's voice. Do you remember that? Okay. So Tai speaks and it's Sora's voice. Apparently, she stepped in to fill in for you one time.
What?
Do you not? Oh. My phone's recording, so I can't show you the clip.
Of course, I know, but you can cut it in. You can cut it in. Well, kids, it was a different time. Also, we didn't know anybody would care. 20, 25 years later, we thought it was one and done. It would go on Fox Kids Saturday morning, and then would be over. But it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger because of the streaming and all the movies that we keep making, and the Comic-Con support from the fans, and the social media and everything. None of this stuff existed when we first made it. So probably they were like, whatever. You know, like in the movie Elf, where, well, there's no ending to the book for the children. We need to ship it. Yeah, we got a deadline. Maybe it was something like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I could show it to you because it's kind of funny.
I believe you, but it's the first I've heard of it.
Wow. Okay. What are your most memorable moments from being on Digimon with the rest of the cast, or doing reunions, anything in public appearances?
Well, in anime at least, we don't record with the other cast members. So as the main character, I'd record my lines first so they'd have something to play off of. So all I really saw would be the director on the other side of the glass. It's a very solitary sport in a way. Now, when I do original animation, like on the SpongeBob movie or something, yeah, it's more improvisational and everybody's on mics in the same studio with big foam cutouts between us so that the recording doesn't bleed through, and we can improvise more. But anime is more strict because you have to match the lip flaps and the intention of the original. Really only in Digimon the movie did we have the latitude to create a bunch of dad jokes and corny bits and things that weren't in the original, because that was the objective, was to stitch these 3 movies together in such a way that would be appealing to a younger audience here in America. So I guess my most memorable experiences would be on the road at cons now with people like Tom Fawn, the voice of Agumon. Happy breath. So like when we'll do little Digimon reunions at cons, then we'll hang out and go to dinner together and catch up and stuff. Like those have been the most memorable experiences now at the cons.
So now, oh, thank you. I forgot I was the one doing the interview for a second.
That's how this works. Yeah.
It's
all right. He's in school. This is a learning experience. Teachable moment there. Yeah.
So you have another career as a mentalist magician, is that right? So what kind of what does that entail exactly, and how have you tried to implement it more into your public appearance?
I left LA in like 2007 to go on tour with my live show, Mind Magic Live, with mentalist Joshua Seth. And a mentalist is like a magician of the mind. So instead of using sleight of hand and card tricks and things, I'm reading body language and using NLP to influence people's choices, stuff like that, and BSing them a bit because, you know, it's a show. But it's a more creative endeavor to me because I wrote the show. I can keep revising it. Every time I step off stage, I have ideas for how to improve it and refine it and expand it and so forth. And I've toured the world with this. So I've done shows in 40 different countries, on 5 TV specials in Japan and South Korea. And now I self-produce a lot of theater shows around the country myself, in addition to, you know, bookings that I get from other people. So that's mostly what I do. And then when I'm called upon to voice something in anime, I have a home recording studio. I now live in Florida, about as far away from LA as I can get, in a artsy little beach town called St. Petersburg, Florida, which I love. And I just walk into my booth at home, and a couple hours later, walk out and the session's recorded. It's sweet, or as the young people would say, low-key sweet. Thank you very much. Hashtag for reals. I have a middle schooler and a high schooler. They teach me the lingo. You guys too old, apparently. Skibbity.
For your time, nice to meet you as always, and I hope to see more from you in the future, be it as a voice actor or a mentalist.
There you go. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. See you in the digital world.
Yeah, my name's Earl. My first time attending here. It's been pretty good so far, the attendance-wise and all that, for my first time. And these are some prints I've done over the past year or so, and comic books I've been working on for the past few years. Main story is the anthropomorphic action adventure series I've been working on. And I'm currently penciling and inking issue 3 of Bandit and the Dogger Eye. But overall, this experience has been really good for me, I think. For exposure, for, you know, my stuff I've been doing over the past few years, I think it's been great, to be honest.
In local news, Wednesday, November 20th was the start of the Whitney Johnson To See Like You exhibition at Illinois Central College. Whitney Johnson's latest work is an illuminating look at how perception, light, and technology influence the way we experience our surroundings. The exhibition uses specialized photographic techniques to capture the world in ways invisible to the human eye, revealing hidden patterns and colors in nature. The artist's goal is to foster a deeper connection and appreciation for the intricate details of our shared environment. So, if you're someone who is interested in the blend of art and science, make sure to check it out, as it'll be taking place now till December 11th.
In entertainment news, the 5th and final season of Stranger Things is set to premiere on Wednesday, November 26th, after a 3-year hiatus. Creators Matt and Ross Duffer have said that this season will have an explosive conclusion. The final 8 episodes will not be released all at once. Instead, Netflix is rolling them out in 3 separate installments, with the first coming out Thanksgiving Eve, the second on Christmas Day, and the last on New Year's Eve. In sports, the Illinois Central College women's basketball team has been on a winning streak, with the Cougars securing victories on November 19th against Blackhawk College, November 22nd with a 120-42 win over Lake Michigan. The Cougars' own Lily Lichkowiak was named NJCAA DII Women's Player of the Week for her outstanding performance, averaging 18 points and over 6 rebounds. As always, don't forget to check out our dedicated sports podcast, Claws Out, starring Teddy Ball and Keegan Busby.
That's all for Harbinger Weekly. I'm Kayla Young. Thanks for joining us. Go Cougars!